How bloody embarrassing this is for the UK. I mean, we've got a Prime Minister who is as weak as water. We've got a cabinet who are even weaker. And we've got a former ambassador to the UK who comes back to the UK in disgrace. And Mandelson and Starmer still, won't resign, having made him the UK ambassador to America. How bloody embarrassing, and I've gone on about it. I'm not going to go. Are you tired of it? I'm fucking tired of it. I've had a gutful. Wouldn't you like to talk about something else, like climate change? Coldest January on record, apparently. Yeah, coldest January on record. But all about climate change. The world is heating up. There'll be no ice caps left by 2010. Apparently the Arctic ice is larger than ever. And by the way, polar bears are thriving. So there's another thing for the climate nutcases. And all these Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil and Palestinian activists running around doing whatever the fuck they do, but don't think about those poor people in Iran who are suffering. My heart goes out to them, and I just think it's incredible that we've turned our back on them. 4.5 decades. 4.5 decades they've put up, and they're putting up with this terrible regime in Iran. My heart goes out to everybody, the Iranians around the world. Why aren't you out there protesting and helping these people? They're the ones who need your help. Like Ukraine, suffering right throughout this winter by violent attacks by by Russia with missiles and drones, and people freezing in this very, very cold winter we're having. Anyway, there's some light at the end of the tunnel there, because the Ukrainians on their own, no thanks to America, who for some reason don't seem to like them. I'm Slava Ukraini. I think you're amazing people, as I do with the Israelis. Change the subject. About bloody time, people are saying. EVs. Most companies now are closing down their EV plans because EV sales have fallen through the floor. And do you blame them? Do you blame them? If you buy an EV in the UK, you've got to be very aware of what you're doing and be very aware of what type of vehicle you buy. You're going to buy a Tesla, you're going to buy a BYD or a Volvo or whatever. Look at the price of them. They're fucking expensive. And as from next year, you're going to pay road tax about bloody time because they're heavier than average vehicles, by the way, and that's why they wear their tyres out quicker, and they cost a lot of money, their tyres. Just be aware of that. Insurance on EVs, it's very expensive. An average EV probably costs well in excess of £1,000 a year, depending on your circumstances, where you are and what vehicle you're buying. But they're not cheap. Charging at a supercharger, probably on the average in the UK, costs you about 40 quid. I filled up the Lexus yesterday at 128 and put 40 quid's worth in, and she's now got a full tank of petrol, and she's a big fella. She's an RX 450H, and you can get probably 350 miles out of that, and she's a big one, got 3.5 litre engine as well. And if you go on a trip, probably get 400. So that's comparable. And yes, she's a hybrid. And apparently this Ed Miliband, this net zero czar in the UK, wants us all to pay more and more and more. Where's all the cheap petrol and where's all the cheap electricity and gas and heating all coming from, Ed? God, he's a fucking nutcase. He's no clue what's going on in the rest of the world. And I'm not concerned about that. I am concerned about the rest of the world. Of course I am. But I'm more concerned about the UK because where I live and where I pay my rates and my taxes for every fucking thing. But remember, filling up charging your EV at home, if you get a home charger, it's 1,000 quid for the home charger, roughly. And for that, you'll get about 770 litres or nearly 200 gallons of petrol and about 170 gallons of diesel. Just think how many miles you can do with that. Average it at 35, that's about well over 6,000 before that electric charger comes into play that you put up in your home to charge your EV. There's no way they're comparable. No wonder all the companies are closing down their EV plants. Ford, VW, here in the UK. It's just bloody ridiculous. I know they're going to be here and they're around and they've got better, there's no question about them, but look at the price of them. And also disposing of the batteries. What are you going to do with them? I mean, it's not as if you just got one battery in your car like you do in a normal vehicle. You've got all these batteries in the back. And on the bigger EVs, I mean, you can have a look up to 500 kilograms of battery or more. Batteries. And where do they dispose of those? They're not easy to dispose of. As you know, when you're trying to get rid of your batteries you use in all your little remotes and that around your house, you've got to put them in special recycling containers at supermarkets or recycling plants or wherever the fuck in the UK. I'm dead against them. Just buy a fucking hybrid and that's it. And if you want to buy diesel, buy diesel. That was only 10 years ago. The government was saying buy diesel. That's the way to go forward. And remember, modern petrol engines and diesel engines are much cleaner than they were even 5 years ago. The technology is being advanced by engine manufacturers is incredible. But anyway, it's not going to change anybody's opinion. If you want to buy an electric vehicle, just be aware it's not cheap. And remember, you will live, whether you like it or not, for the rest of your life with range anxiety. And I've got enough anxiety about my fucking cancer thing for all of us, to be perfectly honest. But I'm not going to talk about that today. Well, I just mentioned it very briefly. Anyway, take care. It's now Tuesday afternoon. For goodness me, it's taken me forever today to do this one. What's happening with my friends in Iran, I'm just worried about that. And please, Donald Trump, help them out. They need help. We need to get that terrible regime out and those wonderful people in Iran to have the freedom to choose who they're going to do. And that country could be the greatest tourist destination, just one of the great tourist destinations of the world. To all those people, bless you. I love you all. And thank you all out there, by the way. You're all amazing as well. Have a good one.